Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L. Now let's talk One Piece chapter 890. Like, my god, man, did you read that? That was amazing. Oh man, that was good. That was really good. Oh, I feel so good about that. That was good. Alright, and you know what's the better thing? The One Piece isn't taking a break. Like, well, I don't know if there's going to be a chapter next week because it's that weird period of the year. But in terms of Oda specific breaks, One Piece isn't taking a break next week. That's great. Or, like a next issue. Actually, yeah, that's the best way of describing that. One Piece isn't taking a break in the next issue. Man, wow. Okay, that was a great chapter, right? It's just a battle chapter. It's just the Straw Hats getting away from Big Mom. And I loved it. I loved it so much because it's a feel-good moment for anyone who's fan of any of those characters that were on that boat. So before we get into just the awesomeness that was the whole battle sequence, let's just again give props. Brook continues to be an MVP. He is really pulling his own weight, which isn't much because he's all bones, but hey, he's pulling his weight. Jinbei shows off why he was a warlord, and Big Mom continues to be really interesting to look at when it comes to her drawings. Like, man, really, the fire in her hair is definitely giving Big Mom a look that when you look at the art pieces for Big Mom, it looks really good. Like, man, this is so cool. I really like this look for Big Mom. I like it a lot more than her regular look. All right, let's just get into it. Let's just talk the chapter and just the awesome sequences that we've had. Man, okay, look, man, this feels good. The Straw Hats are now at a point that they can realistically skirmish with enemies at the caliber of Big Mom. Now, mind you, there might be that whole discussion that we don't know how weak Big Mom is right now. Like, right now, the way I see it, Big Mom is the most agile we've ever seen her. And on the flip side, she's also having hunger pangs. We know that's impairing her judgment, whatever judgment she had left, and we can assume that the hunger pangs are eventually gonna start kind of collapsing in on herself. Like, she's eventually gonna start deteriorating in her condition. That's one thing that I do think Oda could play at, especially like when we consider it fats being eaten away from her body to give her more energy. I imagine her running around like this in her hunger mode is eating up energy, and I'm sure that stamina loss is factoring into some degree. But man, look, when you see the Straw Hats surviving against a Big Mom, regardless of whether or not she's a bit weakened, like, there's other factors there that's making her more ferocious. It's awesome to see our group of pirates. It's awesome to see 2/3. Oh yeah, I guess they are 2/3. 2/3 of the Weaklings trio right there dealing with shit and just pulling off some kind of maneuvers. It feels good. And when you look at what they're doing, Nami and Chopper in particular, and Brook to some degree, Nami and Chopper are playing up to their own strengths, right? Nami, clearly weather science, that's her strength. She can manipulate it to some degree. Chopper, well, he played to his strength there with his guard point. That was interesting. That was so interesting. And it makes sense. Yeah, okay, Chopper's guard point was able to do something. Does that make sense? Well, yeah, I would say so. Like, Chopper doesn't have a physical body underneath all that hair. Or sorry, he has a physical body underneath all that hair, but it's mostly just hair, right? Like, him being able to nullify the hit from Big Mom just because of physics, I think, I'll take that. I'll take that I'll take that. I don't care what the excuse is. That was a cool little moment for Chopper. Nami, again, with the weather science, was also really good. But then, looking at Jinbei and Brook that was where it was really awesome. Man, that was so cool. So, Jinbei, one thing, seeing that he can tangle with Big Mom is good. Regardless of whether or not Big Mom is in a weakened form, it's good to see that Jinbei is at a caliber that he can realistically exchange blows. Like, this is going to be really important for when we hit up something like Marineford again, because in Marineford, that was the name of the game. It was the ability to exchange blows. Like, you had people exchanging blows all over the place. You had Marco and Jozu or Vista going up and hitting Akainu a few times. You had people hitting Aokiji a few times. You had even Ben Beckham being enough to just say, like, hey, I can hurt you, Kizaru. It's like these little moments. We just need our guys to be able to survive a one-off encounter when it comes to the skirmish style of One Piece battles that we've been getting. And I do think this is going to be a battle format that we're going to be getting a lot more in the future. So seeing that our guys are at a point that they can realistically survive one-off hits is good. That is so good, especially if Oda wants to keep doing things like Marineford. And when he says stuff like the whole thing with the interview that we got from Jump Festa, when he says stuff like there's gonna be an event that makes Marineford look like it was cute, when you consider that kind of foreshadowing or details from Oda, this type of battle format and seeing that the characters are competent is really good. And this is pretty much a promise to the readers that, hey, you know, our characters are at a point that they can realistically survive in the new world, but they just can't survive a prolonged battle is the only thing. I'll take that over any serious battle involving, actually no, I would like serious battles, but when it comes to like dealing with a threat level like Big Mom, I'll take proof and concept of them being able to skirmish with her over any long drawn out battles. I'll leave the long drawn out battles against Big Mom level enemies for people like Jinbei, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy. Man, if those guys could ever like realistically collide with any of the Big Mom higher, or not the Big Mom hierarchs, but you know, like the higher levels of the Yonko crews, if we get those four colliding with them and doing realistically well, oh, that'd be great. But anyway, yeah, Jinbei was amazing. It was cool to see his hockey. It was cool to see Sharkskin. It was cool to see him blow Big Mom out with a water current. That was pretty good. But then we have freaking Brook, man. Oh man, Brook. So I like that. Again, when you look at what was happening with the battle sequence, is that every character was pretty much playing up to their strengths. I think the one that got the weakest showing is arguably Chopper, but there's only so much Chopper can do. He's really... I do think he's probably best off defending Nami. I think that as a role, that's pretty good for what he was doing for this battle. But when you look at Brook, it really just doubles down on they were doing what they are better or are best at doing. Sorry, my words are getting mixed up there. But yeah, Brook, the lightning immunity or lightning resistance, loved it. You know, call back to that aspect of his powers. And then when you see what he's doing with Big Mom, first off, the fake off with the panties, I love that. You know what? Big Mom is younger than him. Big Mom's starting to look a little bit better for maybe his eyes. Him asking that, I think that's totally reasonable. If he'll ask that of any other pretty lady, him asking that of Big Mom worked totally well for the aspect of surprise. And then, you know, you have that funny moment and then you immediately follow it up with the panel or the page right after it, whereas Brook's already saying that, oh yeah, I'm already done. And he's doing his regular high speed attack. That was pretty good. I guess I'm pretty sure in the crew, Brook is the fastest. I'm sure that's what the interview from Oda said, or not the interview, the SBS. The SBS established Brook is faster than Sanji. Seeing that moment where he jumps and gets underneath Big Mom, and he went underneath Big Mom because he made the slice on Zeus, and he's over there by the other panel. A moment like that, yeah, solidifies it in my head. He's faster than Sanji. No doubt about it. I believe that wholeheartedly. That said, think about this, right? When it comes to Brook's accolades on this one, how many people can you say have been able to cut Zeus in half? When Brook cutting Prometheus was such a big deal before, Brook cutting Zeus in half, I think, is going to be an even bigger deal. And then, you know, they managed to capture Zeus and, again, using Nami's weather signs, all good spots. But yeah, sorry, my words. Brook cut a cloud or a sentient cloud. Was there haki involved? Doesn't really matter. I don't even feel we need to ask that question. We know that Brook in particular has the ability to interact with Big Mom's power. We know that both Brook and Big Mom, their powers revolve around soul manipulation to some degree. That seems to be an energy form that seems to be relatively unique to Big Mom and Brook so far. So seeing that he could cut through, that makes sense to me. Like, Brook can interact with that type of material. He's already established that. So seeing that climax as him cutting Zeus in half, that was pretty amazing, man. This was more than I could have ever have hoped for, and it's just an issue of seeing the characters that we've been with for so long doing some real damage and playing up to their strengths and not just like hiding away and being cowardly. They, you know, when the going gets tough, they got going. And man, like when you see what's happening to the poor Sunny, it's like, holy man, how are they gonna fix this? I can't even imagine what Frankie's gonna say about this. Like, it hurts whenever you see the poor boat getting broken like that. Like, man, it's just one of those things. I think I think I have a bit more of an emotional attachment to the Sunny, because like the Sunny just feels like an innocent bystander in all this. That said, I do think the chapter did really well when it came to showing us, hey, our guys are capable. And as a reader, that's all I could ever really hope for. I just want to keep seeing our guys being relatively competent. And so this chapter really came through for me for the people that needed it the most. Comparing this showing to, like, let's say go back to Dressrosa and comparing it to like Robin's showing, you know, before this chapter, kind of like, you know, back in Dressrosa, like Robin I think got the worst treatment because Frankie had his senior fight and then Usopp had his moment of hockey. Robin just kind of had to babysit Rebecca, but you know, so she didn't get the best showing. Coming back into this chapter, like, what can we say about this? Oh wait, Nami took advantage of her weather signs to hit Big Mom with her own soul. Like, remember, like we have to remember, Zeus is I think a third or a fourth of Big Mom's soul. He's a big part of her power. Nami takes advantage to hurt Big Mom again. Even Chopper blocked a hit from Big Mom. Brooks already done so much that we don't really have to worry about it. Jinbei just proved why he's so freaking powerful. It's good. It's a good time and I really enjoy it. Now, any other standout moments? Oh, of course, the face that Zeus makes when Nami captures him. Like, you know, Nami can be really sadistic when she has power over someone. So that was cool. And again, Big Mom, all things considered, I think Big Mom's being a pretty good MVP on this one. I'm really enjoying it. I love the art for Big Mom right now. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this chapter. I would love to hear what you guys say. Like, I'm being swayed by the simple little things. But if you guys have any other big concerns from this chapter, let me know. And then if there's a concern, let's just chat about it in the comments or something. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Amazing chapter. A great way to end off 2017. Yeah. Wow. Okay, guys, let's end it there. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought down below. Until next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day.